I have no fucking idea where to start. Fuck. Hello and welcome to cover for Predator 1 and Predator 2, and there is an outtake already filmed, and that's the reason why this is Predator 1 and Predator 2. Now, Predator is one of my favourite films, and I've talked about this quite a lot. Can you remember the time when I went all the way into the woods with half of my full collection then, half of what's on the fucking floor now? I'm sure there's something about it, but this weighs an absolute ton. Once upon a time this nearly killed me by accident, as in he slipped me jugular with it. I think I've lost it. That's right, shot by the Predator. So if you want to check that video out, yep, go all the way in the woods, get chased around there. And yeah, shot by the Predator. I've also been in the woods recently, about a year ago, when I got the vinyl. So we'll get there. Still got the jacket going. I'm going to wear this actual jacket. Sorry, wasted treads, I put that on. Made the effort. Right, so Predator is one of my favourite films ever. Right, I had it taped on VHS as a kid, and it had adverts in. I always had the adverts of Schwarzenegger turning his head, Predator. And there was loads of shit cut out of it. So when I discovered it on VHS, that was it. It was when I discovered it on VHS, you're like, whoa, what the fuck happened to Billy? And then you see what happens to Carl Weathers, and you're like, I could see Carl Weathers' hand. And now, before I go on about that rant, so I engage myself between jump cuts, I need to fill the void behind us. Now, for a long time, it's been Running Man up there. But when you want to talk about cover to cover, let's talk about originality. This is an original VHS shot poster that's been up in the attic for a while. Predator. Now, again, do you need an overlay? Hopefully not. You see the reflection of the light. Yeah, let's go for an overlay. Predator, if you look at it, Schwarzenegger down the side, very much similar to me Running Man 1. Now again, back then, what's Predator? You know what I mean? What is Predator? Predator is just another film Arnold Schwarzenegger is in. Wasn't a trademark. And at the side, you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger holding his gun. Arnold Schwarzenegger talking to Billy Duke, Carl Weathers talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger talking to Billy. You've got Jesse Ventura down there, Bill Duke. Then Schwarzenegger making a booby trap. Nothing like Earth has ever been on here before. It came from another planet. For the thrill of the hunt, it picked the wrong man. And that is pretty much it. So hello. That's probably not being just a standard overlay. It's probably trying to move. I've probably tried to record it just as you move. But yeah, you can see like chopped out of black. This is an original. As I said, the Running Man one's been up for a while. Let's give this a turn. Been waiting for the shops to reopen so I can get a black frame for it really. But again, you look at Schwarzenegger, and you know, like Conan had a little bit of a franchise till Red Sonja went a bit south, and you know, Schwarzenegger, you know, Terminator, he literally spent the back end of the 80s just hitting movies out there, and he hadn't become like a franchise or doing sequels. It wasn't a big thing until he did Terminator 2 and turned down Predator 2. But like the idea of like it's just another film, but the creative minds behind it, John McTiernan directing it, even though if you listen to the comedy you can't remember half the fucking film. Bringing Carl Weathers in off the coming back end of Rocky, you know what I mean? Obviously Sylvester Stallone. And again, it was just like hunting for that franchise. I mean, John McTiernan directed that. He did Die Hard. He did Die Hard with a Vengeance. You know, he did Last Action Hero. And it was just, again, it's just a very... And Stan Winston. James Cameron's got his fingers in it a bit, you know? But again, when you go to a video shop back in the day, that was it. If you didn't see the trailer, you didn't see the pictures, Arnold Schwarzenegger's got a new one out, and this is where cover to cover originates from. Because that would probably be your first incarnation of, right, I'm going to watch that. It's Schwarzenegger's new film. There's no mention of what the fucking Predator looks like at all. Like, it's invisible. Is it really on there? Is it there? And they've just went, no, it's there. But it's not. So yeah, I need to do a bit of jumping cutting because there's fucking shitloads on the floor, and I'm going to be watching this back going, it's going to be fun editing it, innit? So yeah, jump cut. Ting! Yep. Took longer than expected. Fuck. Right, okay, so as I said, I seen Predator at a very, very young age. Me, Adam Wotherspoon, Kieran Shaw used to always run around the woods playing Predator. You can't see it. And then I managed to get my hands on a VHS. I then lent it out. It's probably Andrew fucking Sheeky. You know, that motherfucker. And I've never had it until yesterday. That's the outtake. It is the original. Boom! Big box VHS. The overlay is on there now. So you've got Schwarzenegger across the top. Nothing on earth has ever been there. It's a CBS Fox, so you've got that silver band around the bottom. There's a funny outtake about that. But again, it's very similar. It's the same cutout as Schwarzenegger with the gun, but this now you've got the infrared behind him. Hasn't used any other colours rather than red. So red Schwarzenegger. I mean, coming off the poster, hi, I'm back. Schwarzenegger's in white. Probably could have done with Schwarzenegger being in white across the top. But one of the most key things about this is that is a version I had as a kid. That price point right there, hiya. Suggested selling price when new, $74.95. I was like, what, for fucking Predator? And that's the version I had. And it wasn't until recently I've been tracking stuff down, and if you watch back through the older videos, I probably mentioned that this copy existed, because I've always been a fan, but I'm not willing to pay 75 quid. That is one on eBay right now, and there's one cut the fuck for a tenner. Big box cut. Like, what the fuck would you even put that on eBay? Now, it wasn't until recently I picked this up and Predator 2 on big box for a reasonable price posted. I say reasonable, it was £30. It's my birthday present, got it early. Brit also felt a little guilty because I was watching one of these and some guy accepted my offer, and Brit totally forgotten to pay the guy. I don't know if you, I wasn't accepting the offer and totally forgot to pay the guy. I had said, right, go and get that, and she totally forgot. She was watching Emmerdale, and she missed out. But it was all for that sticker, so that's the one I had. So when we go back, overlay again. We're not talking about the spine, but the spine's blue, but on the back, Schwarzenegger in red, nothing like this has been in before. And it's pretty much the same shots. So you've got Carl Weathers up there on the left, the hunting thing, Jesse Ventura, that's right. One picture, Schwarzenegger there, looking left there. So yeah, hi, I'm back. All the pictures are exactly the same on the big box. So yeah, can I have Predator? That's it. Slight difference, you know what I mean? So that's fucking bitching that. Did come with a little bit mould on it, but CBS Fox original box inside. That is original as they come. Predator has trailers for Wall Street, Dance with A, and Rampage. But yeah, 1987. So that's the original, and that's what you get. Now, sell-through comes along, so we'll talk about sell-through next. Okay, so for a while I've had two VHSs, and they have literally been my, there you go, there's the VHS, and it's, you know, as a big box VHS collector, especially all the stuff you see on this channel, to think that Predator was never there. But again, that's the hunt. The hunt has been on for ages, and like, when I was doing it, I was like, right, we're not trying to do retro VHS unless we really have to. And then I went, right, I'll have to bite the bullet and just do a cover to cover. Probably be the most longest cover to cover, and one I'll be sitting there going, just one more overlay. Because first up in my hand is the smaller version of it. Bum, 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 overlay. Again, they've got this one right. White Schwarzenegger across the top. Nothing on earth has ever been on here before, whatever. Schwarzenegger cut out, more to the side. Predator, CBS Fox, all-time great. So this would have been put out ages later. All black on the back. There's a new picture added. Well, there's two new pictures actually. There's a front cover of the next VHS, which is like Schwarzenegger with a crosshair on him, and then Schwarzenegger looking. No, apart from the Schwarzenegger, they're all on the original here. As I say, John McTiernan, director, 20th Century Fox. Hi, I'm back. Inside, all-time greats. So you've got, wow, it's fucking really bad they've done that, and I've even got my fucking glasses on. So that's really cool there. Actually, inside, something you don't see a lot of, recognition of all the cast and credits. So it's got who's who, you know what I mean? Kevin Peter Hall as the Predator, directed by, produced by, written by, photographer, edited by, casting, special effects, associate producers, like fucking hell, on a sell-through, guys. Look at that, man. Needs to be more of that shit, but look at that. First off, what a waste, right? Do you know what I mean? Second of all, Commando, because raw deal, it's in black and white, you can't even see the font on raw deal. But that's it. So that's pretty cool, that one. Has been rewound. And that's Predator. And while we're here, the other one in my collection is the Selections. So the cover totally changes. So this is the first time it's changed. Schwarzenegger's now like almost Mega Drive font around him. It's got the bullseye, Schwarzenegger Predator. And on the back, for the first time, from this video anyway, someone will be like, no, the Predator, I don't give a fuck about that. This is what I've got. Like, you want to talk, I'm like, you're in for a ride here, because I'm in for a fucking ride. Like, you want to talk about cover changes, you're going to get it here, but that is the first time in this video that the Predator is on the back, and it's not like, what's it look like in the mask, it's like, meh. just before he gives the best backhand ever. I'm honestly one of my favourite. We watched The Predator last night because Britt had never seen it. Now when me and Britt first met up after years of just being friends, we went to see Predator, the pictures, The Predator. She said, oh yeah. She hadn't even seen the first fucking 3, and I was like, wow, you must have really liked me. You go girl on that one. Inside, Predator 1, Predator 2, and then loads of My Cousin Vinny, Kiss of Death. But yeah, seeing there it goes, Mah! Best backhand in movies, it's like whoosh. But yeah, totally colours changed. Again, selling the point of Schwarzenegger, and then the cat's out the bag of what the fucking Predator is. So right, next jump cut. Okay, before we had DVDs, we had motherfucking laserdiscs. Is that a laserdisc? Fucking hell. So there we go. That is the cover from the VHS. This is probably the new generation of it. They probably brought that out and slapped it on the VHS as well. Let's have a look inside this. Let's go all out. So if you cue the overlay, Schwarzenegger on the front, loads of light again, computer effects, fucking hell, CBS Fox, band all the way around. This has its inner plastic on, which I tell you what is fucking definitely coming off. This is like glued inside it. So yeah, before I rip the fuck out of it, the overlay's there. White Schwarzenegger, red Predator. There we go. I don't actually want it. Is it going to matter? It is matter. Hiya, I'm back. Sorry. Don't know how long that's been on there for. You know what I mean? But it's mine. I ain't going to sell these. It's mine. So there we go. It's Predator. Let's say very colourful. Sort of going on Predator vision. 18 stuck on there. Stuck on the back as well. So on the back we've got actually a few new pictures for the first time. We've got a picture, now fuck my life, get an overlay on that, look at that. Schwarzenegger holding the gun, which again at the time he's covered in mud, so he's lost his gun by that in the movie. That is a fucking, I don't think I've ever fucking noticed that picture. That's totally like concept artwork, that. After that we've got the massive explosion, and then we've got Carl Weathers talking again, and then we've got the Predator holding Schwarzenegger's head like, hiya, you're fucked. This comes with no extra features. Hiya, I'm back. It's not a gatefold, and there you go. There's your fucking laserdisc. He fingered a laserdisc. Well, yeah. CBS Fox. I mean, this has seen better days from what I mean, I just collect laserdiscs. I don't have a player. I live next to actually Video Retro Gamer VX. And I just noticed that he's got a video about laserdiscs, and I was geek. Still, there might be a chance I could watch a few of these now that I've got a funky neighbour. But yeah, how much the cover has changed. Next jump cut. Okay, the next evolution of formats was DVD. Now, 20th Century Fox, films like Speed and Die Hard, like when they brought them out, they didn't do what Warner Brothers do and give you a snap case and go, ooh, get this bit out the middle, keep it. They actually went all out a lot of the time. So that's one of the first versions of Predator. Schwarzenegger on the back. So if you look at the front cover, the Predator's on there, and why it hasn't got the mask on, it's like, meh! Like cue the overlay. I've just done made a tit of myself. But there we go. You're on the front cover, Schwarzenegger, Predator, special edition. All cosmic green. The Predator does not look great. The face doesn't look great. They should have just had the helmet on there. On the back, Schwarzenegger Predator. Again, warrants enough, but this one actually slips out. There we go. Changes again, higher. So, make my life even more easier. Special edition, as to say, the Predator face. They're not holding back. On the back, if we're going to keep talking about the stills, we've got him making a trap. We've got him looking angry, but the first time as well in this video, we've got him with his crossbow. You know, he fucking montages on that, like, doesn't he? He's does a lot. You know, and then he fires it off, and like when that fucking arrow fires from that bow, it doesn't look like it's going far, does it? But again, it's just a movie. Inside, when you fold it out, whoop, the disc comes out. So again, they've just took the artwork, made a cosmic green, hidden it behind it. I mean, they haven't paid much attention. You know, there's the original in cuts and what you get. Commentary track on here. I love the commentary on it. If It Bleeds documentary, Unseen Arnold. Obviously, I think this is probably when people went, oh fuck, Jean-Claude Van Damme's in the Predator. You know, he's in the background there. But yeah, that was like one of the first editions. Again, when I seen it, this is one of the first things I would pick up. I'd be like, oh, the Predator. Especially like DVD came along and you're like, right, okay. But yeah, I don't want to jump cut. I'll keep on going for a second. So, I want to pick this one up. So here we go. like this is the first. I mean, look at this. Now the cover totally changes because that is Predator 2. But it's Predator. This box set's lush. If you have a good look at that though, again, cue the overlay. On the front, it's the front cover from Predator 2. It's all black, Predator, written across Special Edition Collection. So, it goes down at the bottom and say it features special editions of Predator 1 and Predator 2. Could have called it Predator's Previous Not. And on the side is the face, and on the back is another scene from Predator 2. So again, this is like, I mean, it's a really nice fucking box set. So when you open it up, you get, so here we go, we got Arnold Schwarzenegger there, which is featured on the other DVD, and then we get Danny Glover for the first time on the mark, which is pretty cool. And then when you open it up, you get a hard copy of the one we just seen there. As I say, I'm just coming a bit closer on these, and then we get that. We'll get back to this cover in a bit, but yeah, get the two flat back standard editions, same discs inside, and Predator 2 there. Predator 2 gets a lot of shit, like, but I love Predator 2 actually. We'll get there with Predator 2. We're not there yet, but we'll get there. But that is a lovely box set for the collection. And that's probably for a while was my go-to, because again, the commentaries on it, I love fucking film commentaries. So yeah. So after that, if you want to be honest with you, while we're talking about that, just get this one out of the way. If you want to talk about, not bootleg, but there you go. Straight at me. Predator 1, Predator 2. Schwarzenegger on the front, Predator. Green on there. These, you just get the single discs of what you've just seen in that box set. Bog standard discs, Predator face, but yeah. Now last but not least for Predator on DVD, there's one more here. And it's exactly what I've just said there, so this is a completely different version of that. Predator! And it's like the heat red limited edition's been ripped off, unfortunately. Hunting season is open, contains Predator 1 and Predator 2. On the back, shiny. And then you've got Schwarzenegger, again going back to that original cutout of the original poster. And then we've got the Predator when it chucks its boomerang. But what's totally different about this is, if you open it up, there's the covers, boom. Now that, man, you talk about how many different covers. Now that has pretty much become a lot more known than its original. It's the same kind of thing, but it's not in certain sides. They've kept the artwork, but they haven't digitalized them. On the back, it's got the Predator holding them on the hands, which we've seen on the Laserdisc, and inside's Predator 2. Well, we'll see them. Predators in that. They're probably not the right way around to begin with. But they are pretty much nice box sets. Now, Predator 2 artwork there, we'll leave that one out because we'll leave that one in bits for a minute because I want to get back to Predator 2 and talk about that. But for now, we're going to stick with Predator. So that's been VHS, big box to little box VHS to Laserdisc and now DVD. And I'll probably be editing and going, I fucking forgot. But after that, we got Blu-ray. I'm sure I've got the Predators box set, but considering Predators is in it, let's not overcomplicate this because there's a light there, the camera's rolling. That is Predator on Blu-ray. So yeah, here we go, overlay. Schwarzenegger's been jizzed a bit, but you've got classic Schwarzenegger cover, and then you've got the Predator behind him. Very evil, now blue. The Ultimate Edition. On the back, Billy looking into the woods. And then you've got that shot of Carl Weathers talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger again. Ultimate Edition's got loads of extra features. Looks nice, this is the one I actually watched last night. Felt that it was a bit out of sync. I didn't want to say that to Brittany and put her off watching Predator for the first time. But it looked great. I think re-watching it as well, there's things you don't notice as a kid. But a cover totally different again. Predator's more iconic, everyone knows what the Predator looks like. So slap it on there and the cover's changed again. Like literally, Predator could be the one film that through every format it's changed its cover. You know, normally you get like The Lost Boys, for example, not fucking behind us, but Jaws, for example. Jaws changes now and again, but Jaws doesn't really change. I mean, if that was put on a steelbook, it'd be fucking awesome. Jaws hasn't really changed that much. It's always the impending doom of below. Demolition Man's never changed. Hard Rain's not really changed. If you want to go into technical, Mindy Driver's name was added on there. Trespass is changed. If you want to go into it, it's always had the same kind of concept. The colours change. Little similarities, like E.T.'s never motherfucking changed, has it? Unless it's a special edition. But like The Lost Boys, the original Kiefer Sutherland looking up, and now it's always the comic red. Might get a different cover with Billy Worth on it randomly, but Predator, every time it's came out, it's changed its colour. So we're on the Blu-ray, and next up I'm going to pick up something newer out the bunch. I've just flipped it with my foot, because this is two versions, right? First up, the Deadpool cover, alright? Deadpool was that popular, he was popping up everywhere, and again, going back to Schwarzenegger on the front, that's what it's mimicking, you know? And that was fucking awesome, that did that. Now, in the last couple of years, Walt Disney has bought Predator, they've bought CBS Fox, they've bought Fox, haven't they? So, Disney started manufacturing stuff differently. Now, inside is a different cover. Never opened this, bought it because that's the cover that came on top of it, and I bought it in the 5 for 30, I haven't even bothered taking that sticker off. Look at the new cover. So that's essentially the one that came out on Fox. Obviously they were cashing in when Predator 4 came out, or The Predator, and that's it. Predator standing on the front. Now, I like that. Schwarzenegger across the top. I may have had Schwarzenegger's face involved in there, but from that to like Schwarzenegger, pump and iron, to that. How it's changed dramatically. Now Schwarzenegger appears on the back. That image could possibly be on every artwork, and if you really want to look into that, on the back is the overlays there. It's very similar to that artwork on the Laserdisc. Again, Schwarzenegger talking to the guys, the choppers are on for the first time, there's an evil looking Predator for the first time, and Billy's back looking into the woods just before he stands on the, is it Billy or stands on the fucking scorpion the wrong way around? Bill Duke. But yeah, how it's changed. How it's changed. Now, do you want to go to Spain?
Blu-ray is absolutely awesome, if you can see it. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger's shadow with a Predator, and it's green. It's green. It's awesome. Turn around.
Once again, check out the Predator tribute. Just see me in Alicante there, in the middle of the hot fucking sun, running around in parts unfucking known, talking about the Predator. Do you think I was joking when I like the Predator? All for the Predator. Like the Predator, spelled a little bit different, but then there's another different cover. It's like Schwarzenegger at the back, and then the Predator in cosmic green. And this is probably going to, like, again, there you go, I bought it. It's in Spanish. It's been a while since I lived in Spain. I bought it on the 18th of the 7th, 2017 at 4 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. And I paid the Predator €8 for it, all for a video. Then went off running around the fucking woods the next day. You know, check out, I've got a Spain video. I talk about Spain covers. Actually, this will appear in Spain. Check out, there's a video about that. But yeah, that's the Predator. So that's pretty much the Predator on Blu-ray. Give it a take that, what am I doing with my hand? I'm not that fucking creepy kid from King Kong. To the fact that there's two steelbooks on the floor there to come. But Predator was a weird one. Now you want to talk about formats and generation. Predator 3D. But, hi Mark. But, before we got to 3D, we've got one format in the middle of it. UMD. Cover's totally changed. Look at that, just Schwarzenegger. With an eye. Red Predator. Again, bitchin' ass cover that actually. All red on the back, but if you want to talk red, quite different covers. You still got so you've got Jesse Ventura there talking, you've got Schwarzenegger making the trap again. Yep, Carl Weathers talking to him, Billy on there. DVD quality. And inside though, look at this. Boom. That's probably not been seen on the videos before. UMD though. Hey, going all the way here, man. I fucking make my life a living hell all these old days. But yeah, back to 3D. So Predator came out in 3D. Now, it did have a steelbook, but I didn't get the steelbook, unfortunately. There we go. Predator 3D, cover totally changes again. Now, funny enough, that's the same as the UMD, just darkened the fuck down. Added some bushes for the first time. Schwarzenegger, Predator 3D. Return to the hunt in 3D. Now, if you're watching the video, I tried to watch this in 3D at my mum's house, till my mum realised the 3D wasn't working. And this gets a lot of criticism, because it looks soft as shit on the edit. It's not very sharp. But that was it. I mean, they had this massive, you know, like the limits. There wasn't enough demand. Like the people were demanding 3D, and 3D's now gone. It's like poof, gone. Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe you'll get a few titles still available, a walk in and a shop, but like the 3D hype's gone. mean, going to the pictures, seeing something in 3D and putting glasses on and going, wow. You know what I mean? But like home technology, especially the advances of 4K, it just quickly moves. But for Jurassic Park and Predator and like, you know, Titanic, you know, like Titanic obviously worked and like they were like, hey, what can we do? And Predator was brought forward and everyone was like, Predator good looking 3D. I mean, the special effects, the worming of it, it does look alright. It's great how they did it in the time. But you know what I mean? Sometimes VHS hit a lot more. But they went all out because this is the 3D special edition. Dun dun dun! You're an ugly motherfucker. Now, this just shows you how much I love Predator. This doesn't live in this room, it maybe should. It's massive. But in the trapdoor at the back, dun dun dun. Right through here. That's the special edition. So that lives in there. And that's it. Now, that is probably quite extreme. You know what I mean? Just for the first movie. Predator. And I mean, it's not a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger's face, is it? But yeah, pretty cool, right? So it's been sitting on the floor for there. Whoa, you fucker. There's been obviously no overlay of that. I mean, where'd you... Oh. Yeah, I better fix that. But yeah, it's pretty cool there. All its dreads, they kind of move as well. I mean, it's pretty fucking insane to be honest with you. The problem is as well with the dreads, you can't fucking shut the drawer on that. Yeah, I need to fix that when I come back. Had a few offers for that before, but I was like, nah. Again, check out the video I did for Predator when I went all the way in the woods. Right. So, we're into Steelbook territory. We're still going on this take. Well done, Stephen. There's been two that I know of. Well, take away the 3D Steelbook. Steelbooks of Predator. I was happy to pick that up. Funny story about this. I picked this up at CDX for £20. I was like, right, well, I want it. Totally different cover. Love the cover. Love the red. And I love on the back. That's the cover you've seen there. Now cue the overlay. And I'll tell the story. A guy came in and said he just traded in his shit and like literally he only got like 8 quid or something, and then CDX were charging 20 quid for it. And like, you know what I mean? Talk about 12 quid turnaround. I was like, why didn't you come in here and ask me if I want some of this shit beforehand? But yeah, that is the cover. On the front, it's quite a new cover for it, innit? Predator head, mask on, just like that. And on the back, Schwarzenegger is good again. Discs look very much the similar. I mean, for some reason you get the DVD and Blu-ray in here. And inside is Schwarzenegger talking to Carl Weathers. As I say, this might be a go-to one, but there was a 3D version one, exactly the same as the 3D cover. But yeah, and one of the last purchases from Zavi was the new Steelbook. And this is pretty bitchin' actually. This is probably one of the nicest covers. Dun dun dun. So cue the overlay. Schwarzenegger Predator, so there's a lot going on here. This is more, looks like it's been concept art. Purple Predator for the first time. Still keeps the neon green. This is one of the nicest Steelbooks I think I own. And on the back, the poor scorpions got killed. And inside, it's just the chopper. Obviously, get to the chopper! That one. You know, but again, they've got the red light on in there. That's a pretty awesome Steelbook. Like, again, it's one of the last things I pre-ordered. It's actually the 4K edition. So, for Pete's sake, it's different. The 4K version's very similar to the Disney title, the Disney cover. I have, like, again, that's 4K, so I have got around 4K. Right. There's a couple of more things to talk about before we're going to Predator. First off, you'll see this in the outtakes. I was going to wear this, but it's not. There's some amazing concept art. Predator has become a massive cult thing. I've got all kinds of bits and bobs of Predator lying around, and hopefully I've tried to get a lot there. But when you go to conventions like HorrorCon and stuff like that, Predator's like sci-fi horror iconic. And if you want to look at the series itself, like Predator 1 was fucking amazing. Predator 2, Schwarzenegger didn't want to do it. He wanted to do Terminator 2. I mean, if 20th Century Fox had waited, would Schwarzenegger probably done it? Probably. But bringing Danny Glover in, shit hot off Lethal Weapon, and his own history as well, was an integral fact. I mean, so it's a bit close of he's too old for that shit in Lethal Weapon, and in between the Lethal Weapons, was it in between Lethal Weapon 2 and 3, he's too old for the shit right retirement, and he's completely bipolar opposite in Predator 2. He's one bad motherfucker. I mean, in the other room I've got like him hanging off one of the shelves and the Predator behind him, like that. Gary Busey in there, you know what I mean? It's fucking uber violent. Then, years later, we get the script that Rodriguez had wrote not long after the events of Predator 2 for Predators. And again, everyone's like fucking hell, like the cast. I mean, Walton Goggins is in it now, you know. Should Danny Glover have been in Predators? Yes. Danny Glover should have been Lawrence Fishburne. That would have been cool. And then we talk about the Predator. Like, fuck my life, man. If Arnold Schwarzenegger turned up at the very end, that might have saved that film, but fuck me. Jesus. So while we're talking about the Predator, let's talk about the music. Now, I love the soundtrack, and when I got back into vinyls, Predator was one I wanted, but I was not paying the prices then. If you check out my unboxing video, my Auntie Janice had given me some money for me birthday, it was a year ago now, and Predator got it for pre-order, and it was gone. It was literally a limited run, and I'm happy to get Predator as I crouch down off camera there on vinyl. I fucking love this. Now, Predator's on the front. Very similar image to what was there on Blu-ray. Schwarzenegger is back on the back, and for the first time, looking like he's gonna hide in the mud and chuck a massive tree. Opening it up, boom, it's the guys. And at not one point from that all the way along have we seen that, and that's pretty cool. The vinyl itself, been played loads. Starts off with the 20th Century Fox music, man. It's mint. It's like neon red with green splatters. And there's the Predator. And funny enough, that is the picture that appears on the new Disney cover. Don't know. Again, it's weird. Let's put that to the side. So, I think that's pretty much it, except for a random comic book. And that is just randomly outstairs. I'll just pick that up, chuck it in there. And one thing as well, one of the first things Brittany bought me, it's glasses. You talk about VHS artwork. There's the Predator there. These are the American styles, done by Lamplight, Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Lost Boys, Weird Science, Back to the Future, The Thing, Heathers, Predator, Goonies, Cuffs. You can tell that's the one and only of them. Really cool guys as well. Appear in the HorrorCon video, and I've also got a John Carpenter one signed by them somewhere. But yeah, jump cut. Okay, Predator 2. Quite quickly for Predator 2. We are going to follow the same format though, because that is the big box. Now, I remember as a kid going in, and my late grade friend Kevin Hall, from back in the day in school, was just like, you've got to see Predator 2. And I was like, I want to see Predator 2. You've got to see Predator 2. I want to see Predator 2. Dad, can I watch Predator 2? No. Used to go in, and it'd be right at the top of the bookcase. And I've talked about this often, like if you ever look at the old footage, you'll always see a version of Predator 2 hunting down. And I've always wanted a big box. And again, the price, retarded, through the roof. You know what I mean? It's always bad. And sorry if I've just dropped the R word. I just said that in general. Sorry. But yeah. Awesome cover. No name check. So Danny Glover doesn't get his name checked. Predator 2, The Ultimate Hunter. Ultimate Hunter. It should have just been Hunting Season 2. Silent, invisible, invincible. He's in town with a few days to kill. And it's really fucking just great imagery. And on the back, you see the X-ray version of that's actually what they use on the Predator Special Edition. Gary Busey at the bottom there, along with a massive explosion. That's a mint explosion of the bit where the guy lands on the bug. And he comes right over, but it cuts away at a weird time, then comes back. It's a weird edit that, but it's just uber violent. Coming soon, Marked for Death, Fox Video. So both of these are original. There is an outtake pre-filmed, but again, as a kid, that looming down, and that to me was perfect for a cover. Now, when you want to talk about sell-through, I've got two sell-through titles. Just been here, still right here. Dun dun dun, two together. We'll go for this one first. Now, this is just exactly. This is the one that's probably always been up on the shelf. You know, Predator 2. The red's a little bit dark if you're going to go into it. Still seeing The Ultimate Hunter. It's bought from Macro. This for $8.99. A couple of different pictures on there, Gary Busey and Danny Glover. I mean, Gary Busey is a great actor. Silver Bullet, he's great as an uncle in that, but he's also a vicious bastard in Under Siege, as well as comical in Under Siege. But then great in this, casting Jake Busey in The Predator. Yes, it's a little nod to the head, but a little bit of a waste to me. Could have done better. Has been rewound. Again, looms the cover. And then we get the selections. So this selections is part of, it's the sister to, or the brother, whichever way you want to put it. That other one was Schwarzenegger on it. This one's seen better days. It's almost like fucking Zealand's tooth that. But again, it's part of that collections. So that was my VHS collection for a while. Again, I only bought the Predator 1 and 2 as a set because the guy, after watching it for over a month, eventually dropped the price, and then I put an offer in, so I was more than happy for that. But Predator 2 would go down the same route when DVD came out. Fox, when I talked about Speed, Die Hard, there's quite a few other ones of that Fox series. Predator 2 was also part of that collection, and that is quite a good cover. Red, cosmic red, Predator 2, loads of like, I don't know, weird like some symmetry and circles, and it's all embossed on top. But again, it has completely lost that artwork. I've fucking missed one in the middle here, but we'll get back to that. We'll leave that one to the end. On the back, the Predator looking Predator, and that is just very similar. So that, to be honest with you, what's really cool when you look at that now, the only way you're going to get that's in the box set, because one thing about that, no age rating on it. So that is the original cover, very similar. Obviously looms over the city, there's no backdrop, and again, that is a lush high definition photo, and that is very, very, it looks like it's been chopped. He's been stretched, hasn't he? He's been stretched out a bit. Fucking love that cover of Predator 2. But again, I often, it's one of my go-to films that, because the commentaries on it are really good. There's a lot of controversy. Like, one of the commentaries is the writers who wrote the first one. They were like, right, we're going to take it to the jungle, but now Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to do it. Where do we go from there? That's great. Again, the LA riots was inspired by it. Not inspired by it, but they were taking advantage of all this. The director had a nightmare. Now, it's very known that this was one of the very last films to have an on-set live interview, because one of the actors, who is very famous in his country of origin, Ruben Blades, mid name, he's very popular for being a musician. He was doing a live interview for Mexico, maybe, and the director came across and said, "I'm fucking shouting, like, get this good." They were doing that shot of the park, and it's panning up and going across, and it was like live television broadcast, and there was effing about it. But he, like, it looked like he was being very abusive and all that kinds of stuff. So like, they're like, "Nah, no more." But again, he also does a commentary, and great commentaries. Really work hard. Recommend them enough. Now, away from that one, it also got special edition. Now that is a typical purchase in supermarket, when supermarkets would jump on. But I don't know, that might be an Our Price one. It could be an Our Price sticker. I did work at Our Price when I was young. Do you know that? And again, when you open it down, it's just a more cheap, flimsy thing. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Predator Concrete Jungle, had that. Wish I still had it. Never invested in the new Predator hunting games. Not a big online player. Literally, I just turned my PlayStation on once in a blue moon. But yeah. So, Predator 2. I was about to say something there before I got sidetracked. Oh, the Steelbook. Believe it or not, they're all Foxes, so stuff like Rising Sun and stuff like that, Halloween. There was a time when I just literally just needed to put my head down, save, and really get myself back on track in my life. And like stuff like that will be on the shop, and I just couldn't buy it, couldn't justify it. You know what I mean? I've worked hard for everything I've got, you know, and you know, like, there's certain times in your life you really struggle, and like don't get us wrong, like, I didn't buy it, you know what I mean? But like, you look at Predator 2 now, and it's not the nicest Steelbook Predator 2 at all, and it goes for like £40, and I fucking shit you not, it was on the shelf for ages at work at £8 to clear it, and I also get discount on that, and I still never got around to buying it. But again, it's probably because I was like, I'd rather buy Rising Sun, because I love Rising Sun as well, Steelbook of course. And yeah, again, people go and buy it, mark them up. Now, Predator 2, last DVD, it's just down here. This has been a fucking hell of a rant, mind. Dun dun dun. Whew. Predator 2. Very similar, different. It's pretty cool. This is the one I got in Spain, of course. I don't think I did see a Predator in New Zealand. So yeah, but yeah, it's a little bit different, that one. See a Steelbook with that knocking around, Danny Glover on the back. But yeah. So, got two more items. First up, it's right in front of us, so Predator 2, the video game. Always wanted that as a kid. I got that from Games Galaxy. Again, look at the front cover, amazing. Remember playing this as a kid and it's hard as fuck. There's a video on YouTube. I played this, right? On camera, playing it through. See, this is quite good. This, like the music, follow the dots, violent as fuck. There's no fucking possible way anybody ever completed that end level. Fuck my life. Watch the last clip of the video of that on the video. It's like I have to get cheat codes to be invincible. It is hard as fuck. There's bits where I'm getting killed. You can see me just getting more and more frustrated. Super frustrated. Right, the last entry in the Blu-ray. These made one of the biggest fucking boo-boos when Predator 2 came out. So here it is, Predator 2. Danny Glover gets his name above the Predator for the first time. Predator's looking evil. But the thing is, when you sell this at retail, like you've seen with this one. Hang on, hiya. When you look back and go, right, that's a sticker. Now, if I'm just going to nicely peel this sticker off, and I'm just going to, for example, put it on where it should be, and it's not personal preference, it's standards, you see the problem? You got Predator. Oh, it's Predator. Right, it's Predator. Might say Predator 2 on the spine, but first glance, Predator. Do you know what I mean? They put the 2 is just in the wrong place. It's not going to come off there now, is it? I don't want to ruin that old school sticker. You don't get many of them stickers anymore. But yeah, that was a big of a boo-boo. Predator 2 really, I mean, it's still available, but normally you get the 3 of them in a box set. I don't think they've even, have they? I don't know if they've bothered making the box set or what before. But again, we're not talking about getting this Predator here, we're not talking about anything. So the last thing, at least, as you look at the cover, how different do you think the Laserdisc would be? Very different, actually. Dun dun dun. Whew. Japanese import Laserdisc, Predator 2, all the cast chopped out, Predator in the background. As I say, I'll get this out now. This is I would buy the soundtrack to Predator 2. I love Predator 2. I think I've even done a baboonery back in the day. If you want to check me out, going on a massive random tangent just about Predator 2. This one is from HorrorCon. It is bought from Sore Thumbs. On the back, King Willie's on there. The original Predator looking there, shooting on the train. Glover looking fucking scared as fuck. Gary Busey. It's not a gatefold. That's never been played, that. You can fucking tell. It's fucking lush, that. Absolutely lush. Comes with its Japanese flingy down the side. Very colourful. But yeah, that was Predator 2. Right, so I'll be back in the outtakes. I'll see you soon. Fuck off. Hello and welcome to the outtakes. Now this is interesting, as you probably know, I've already just said. This is the first part in filming of the video. Cover to cover for Predator. There it goes, my t-shirt, Evil Eye Art, got that right. I normally go in Evil Eye Art, but yeah, amazing artists, check them out online. Honoured to have one of them. Got the Jaws one, I was looking at my t-shirts, and anyway, off that round. So yeah, me and Brit's actually going to watch the Predator this afternoon. Brit's never seen the Predator. I was like, what? Didn't you got the pictures, seen them before? So hopefully that sour taste in her mouth of what things are Predator. So yeah, anyway, the package has just come this one. So again, here again. Hopefully I haven't waffled on too much about these. Again, it's the outtakes. This is the original bit. Oh, so both big box. Seller wanted a lot of money for these, and he dropped the price, and then I put an offer, and he accepted it. So that's. Now these are essentially my birthday present off Brittany. So here it is. Right. I'm down with that. A little bit of mould on the tape there. But it's all about that box art for me personally. Obviously I've got the original poster, which you would have seen, which I need to find. But I had this as a kid and lent it out, and someone never gives it back. And I always loved the suggested selling price of $74.95 when new. It's something that really intrigues me. Again, finding like how much you have to pay. But the artwork's pretty cool. Nothing on Earth has ever been nothing like this has ever been on Earth before. It came from another planet for the thrill of the hunt. It picked the wrong man. Schwarzenegger, face, name checked him on there. CBS Fox. There's a guy on talk about like other copies of this. Sorry, jump cut. It was meant to be so easy, but yeah, I lent it out. Again, I've already probably reminisced over it and looked at it properly. But CBS, that's what I was talking about. Sorry. There's a guy on eBay selling that, and it's all like cut out, and it just says neg, and it's been really chopped down the side. He's trying to sell it as a big box. But yeah, that's fucking awesome having that collection. And the other one, Predator 2, both big box. See, that one's got more of a better cover on it. Well, I fucking love that. Always remember that top shelf of a video shop when you walk in, it was just earing down. Fucking class from cover. Obviously Predator 2, I'm just reminiscing on that. I probably went in depth for more about the colour and looking at the other covers and stuff like that. It's meant to be just Predator, but it's only going to be Predator 2. Steven Seagal, Mark to Death coming out as well. So they're awesome. It's an outtake. Bit of a goon one. Obviously hungover as fuck today. But yeah, it's probably the last bit of the video. If not, see you soon. If it is, goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. I don't think you can shoot the predators. Run away from the predators. Run! You cheating bastards. You can't even get past them when they come out the door. Let the wall shooting at us. Oh, come on. That's impossible. Right, here in the outtakes, you've just seen me open up the VHS. This is the very end of the video. I actually love that artwork, the Predator. The Predator. And I got the steelbook, and the steelbook did that bad that Zavvi were like giving it away free eventually. But it was an interesting artwork. Not a bad steelbook. Again, notoriously just like, God, it's just disastrous, isn't it? I mean, where would you take the franchise? I mean, going back, watching Predator last night, like, it's an army. It's like Dog Soldiers. It's a military dog, like a soldier movie, up until the point that, oh, hang on, this isn't your normal enemy, and Dog Soldiers probably borrows a lot from that. But up until that point, it's taken really serious. Little things like when Carl Weathers falls down the hill and he's just slipped and. Bill Duke's just like, oh, fucking ghost you, man, he gave us away. As a kid, you're like, oh, what's that about? But he's on about like, we don't want you there, and that hidden thing. But then it's ludicrous when Schwarzenegger's just like lifting up, and Jesse Ventura's like, what the fuck? And chucking like everyone's doing Jeff Hardy swanton bombs, like flying. Like that must have been the in thing on the launch mats. And then as a kid, you're like, hang on a minute, the guy in the truck, isn't that the guy who falls off the fucking building in Predator 2? And you're like, yeah. But as I say, watching it last night, it looks great, the idea's great, the design's great. Just again, it's kind of like you go from that, and the next logical step is to put it in the jungle, the city, and then you make it uber violent, and then years go by, and Predators is a standalone film. It's a good idea. Do you know what I mean? And what's wrong with it? It's on a different planet. It does pay homage a lot to the original, and then the new one comes around, and it wasn't what we were promised, was it? I mean, it's kind of like, it's in the cities, it smells like Requiem. We've seen the Predator in the urban thing. Like put the Predator somewhere different if it needs to be, like on a cruise ship or something like that in the snow. You know what I mean? An Alaskan base, rip off the thing and do it. But again, it was kind of like there was far too much. Sorry, jump cut. Shane Black, again, he's, you know what I mean, he's known for doing what he's doing. But like even then, it's like, you're going to have a big reveal at the end, making all sorts of it, like simple. Set a franchise up, but for letting it stall again. But again, the original's just amazing. And the second one to me personally is the best sequel. And there's been loads of comic books and new video games, and Schwarzenegger came back for the new video game, and you think, well, why in the fuck did, like, you could have, I don't know, it gets messy. It does, it gets messy. But Predator was also the very first podcast I set up and done with Jack, and look what's happened since then. Podcast after podcast after podcast. Right, so I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. This has been one of the most epic, I'm starting to be able to start to see shit unless I've got my glasses on. One of the epicest cover to cover yet. Do you know what I mean? It's insane. As I say, there's been a lot of love for Predator over the years on the channel. There's all kinds of Predator stuff on there as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now. Oh, come on, you shut us at the bottle.
Hello in the outtakes, welcome to the attic. I am doing something else right now, but while I'm in the attic there's still loads of shit to like go into the house. And one thing that's up here that is fucking dangerous, and maybe it's something I can do in the future. Get rid of this bag. I've seen it down here, and it's not the doggy. Doggy, woof woof. It's been a long time, my friend. It's not the dog, it's this motherfucker right here. The weapon of death. That is the most dangerous thing. It needs to come downstairs. I might paint it for a future video. Abraham in the Predator. But yeah, I may make him look like he's camouflaged, not rusty as fuck. But yeah, I need some spray paint and shit. But look, he's starting to rust. Future project, random outtake. Goodbye for now.
Hello, welcome to the very end of this video. Man, next time I do a cover to cover, I'm going to choose wisely. Like, it was one thing to have a good trip down memory lane, but so many covers, and it's nearly an hour long video. I'm like, fuck. And all the overlays, and especially when we got to Predator 2, start skipping through a few. I was just like, I mean, I've watched 2 Samuel L. Jackson films. I'm halfway through Negotiator. Like, I've literally, I sort of like, the night I recorded it, I went through and I chopped it down, and then after literally spent the day just putting overlays in. I'm like, is this ever going to end? I've got like 7 videos after that to do, for, especially ones for other people. I'm like, for fuck's sake, Stephen, get a grip of yourself. Right, so since Abraham was up in the attic and chucking shit out there, if you're watching this now, I honestly appreciate everyone who watches my videos, likes them, comments them. Again, we're at the hour, almost the hour mark. You know, people click on to see what it is, but I just love doing videos, and I don't try to bow down to anything else. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I like challenging myself, and I have been recently. But with everything going on, I've decided to give away something. So if you're watching this right now, first come, first serve. There's only one. 2 fucking fingers. There's only one. And I would love whoever gets it to do an unboxing video back. So that's it. Again, it's a giveaway. Something I've personally bought, personally had, personally been in the old room, stuck to the ceiling. And it's been sitting under the bed as I go around it and filling space and streamline a lot of stuff around the house. A few things have got to go, and I would let them go to good homes. Don't want to eBay them or anything. And it is involving the printer. And it is this. Fucking awesome, isn't it? It's by Square Orange Art. These are really nice guys. I met them at Horrorcons. There's another painting of this, not this, but Brit's got it, Edward Scissorhands somewhere. As I say, it's been stuck to the wall, so it's officially got blue tack from the old Arcadia room. It's never been out of its packaging, apart from that. But yeah, bought it. I would probably say the second Horrorcon I went to, so it appeared in that video. As I say, it's a lovely, nice piece. But as I say, I would like you to go to a good home. And again, it's just, again, this far into the video, if you're still watching, you know, you've got to like the video, obviously, you know, like the video. Drop a comment, a first comment, that's it really, I'll even post it. I'm not going to go, right, give us your address, and, you know, anyway, you'll have to contact Lonely Tree Entertainment on Facebook. There's a cheap plug. You know, there's a Lonely Tree Entertainment Facebook there, so you can go on there if you want to send us a message, and how it's going to get to you. But there we go, so this is the very end of the video. As I said, it's been great. We haven't got around to watching Predators yet. But yeah, what a rant. What a fucking rant. Cover to cover. Again, original artwork to what it eventually comes out as. It's a big difference, isn't it? Big difference. Right, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.